Hello everyone, welcome to University Malaya Toastmaster Club 377 meeting. To join the meeting, there are some housekeeping rules. For online participants, you may change to the background. You may switch on your camera to engage with the audience, and you may switch to our background, what I sent just now in the chat box, or you may find it in our role players group or the group chat. And later we will have a photography session, so you are encouraged to change this photo and we will take during the intervention session. And second, kindly mute your mic always when you are not speaking. And for physical participants, to the way to the restroom, you may always go to this side, your left side, and then go to the straight, and the restroom is on your left. And for the exit is at two sides, both sides, the front and the back. With that, let us call the meeting or start. For today, our theme of the meeting is life is like a cup of coffee. Do you know why? Our life, everybody say, is very bitter instead of sweet because we have to face many challenges. At first, when you're young, we have many challenges like facing in the like homework, exams, the difficulties in school. And after the SPM and the pre-university exams, we come to university. We have our lots of difficulties like coffee, very bitter, in our assignments, midterms, and finals. After graduating, with even more bitter and more challenging things come to our life. Maybe the workload, the responsibility if you are getting married and you will have to take care of your family or your child. This is what we make our life is difficult, is bitter like a coffee. However, although I say that, the life is not always bitter. It's a contradiction, right? Because coffee, we can add a spice on it, like the cinnamon, like the sugar, or like the creamer to make this coffee more sweeter. It depends on your taste. If you feel you can just add on any spice to make your life a very fruitful and very sweeter. So in this 2 hours meeting, let us enjoy the aroma of coffee. Just for physical, there are some dog gifts which are put at the table. Wow. Yeah. For physical participants, you have the doggies, which is the coffee candies and the coffee pack. And for online participants, if you come physically, you may have. But it's okay. Later, you may try on the table topics. If you win the table topics, then you're the best table topic speaker, also an reward for you too. You can claim for me and the Vice President Education, Zhi Jun.
Wow, I want to win.
So later, just participate yourself in the topic session. And then I would like to acknowledge some external role players which come to our meeting to help us to support UMTMC. First, thank you for distinguished Toastmaster Raveendran from Kota Kinabalu Toastmaster Club and Mid Valley Toastmaster Club as our general evaluator. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you very much, Ming, Kang. My name is Raveendran. I can be addressed simply as Ravi. As has been announced, I'm from the Kota Kinabalu and Mid Valley Toastmasters Club. I've already gone through the DTM cycle. I'm now on the second, this time using pathways. Of course, before the ancient legacy system. I'm here as a general evaluator on invitation. I look forward to a great meeting. Thank you, and back to you.
Thanks, Mr. Reveendran. Next, we have Toastmaster Thejan Presentation Mastery Level 3 from MCM Toastmaster Club as our counter. So, Toastmaster Thejan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Thejan from MCM Toastmasters Club, and I think it's my second time being here, and I'm looking forward to an interesting meeting. Yes.
First of all, so Diamond, is there any time for the introduction? Yes, self-introduction. Okay. May I invite Ming to introduce yourself? Ming, you are a Toastmaster member or a guest?
Hi, thank you. I'm a guest.
Oh, so how you get know about our meeting?
Because I got joined the UMTMC WhatsApp group.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you are the US student.
Yeah, I am UN student.
Oh, may I know which course are you taking?
My name is Ming. I'm from Faculty of Science, taking Science in Biotechnology.
Oh, it's exciting. Yeah, it's exciting to hear that. I'm also from Faculty of Science, but instead of from the biology department, I'm from the maths department and studying Bachelor of Actual Science.
Wow.
Okay, with that, let's enjoy
Wow.
sense of aroma, of coffee aroma, and I would
What
like to.
happened?
Hi, Ming. With that, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the evening, which is our new pledge member, Toastmaster Elven. Elven,
Thank you, Zhi Jun. Good evening, everyone. Good evening with me. My name is Elven, and I'm the Toastmaster of this evening. And my role is basically to host today's meeting. Before we move on, allow me to give a brief introduction regarding to Toastmaster International. Toastmaster International is formed by Dr. Ra ultimately as his effort to train the men in public speaking and conducting meetings as well as communication. The first meeting was held in California, US, and for now, the organization has slowly expanded to around 282,000 members over 144 countries with 147,000 of Toastmaster clubs international. But how did UM come across to Toastmaster International? In 2007, Toastmaster International was introduced to University Malaya. And the first meeting was held in Faculty of Language and Linguistics that aimed to produce graduates with good public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Today's meeting will be classified into three parts. The first part, which is table topics. Table topics are open to members and guests for 2 to 3 minutes impromptu speech. The next one is prepared speech. Prepared speech is only allowed for members to attempt and present in front of guests and members to present their prepared speech. And last but not least, we have evaluation, and evaluation is only open to members as well. For now, I'll be introducing the 4 role players who will help everyone to improve. And first, we have Grammarian. Let's invite Ming Kang. Ming Kang to take the floor.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, physicals, and online. My name is Ming Kang, previous president from UM Toastmasters Club. But today my role is just a grammarian. The grammarian role is to pay close attention to all speakers, including their language usage. I will be taking note of the good usage of words, quotes, saying, and thoughts, as well as any mistakes in terms of language and grammar usage. As a grammarian, it's also my opportunity and responsibility to introduce word of the day. Today's word of the day is called caffeine. Caffeine. And I will give a meaning. Caffeine is a chemical compound that boosts your mood, your metabolism. This is based on the healthline.com, and also boosts your physical performance. Caffeine also causes anxiety, nervousness, rapid breathing, increased stress level, insomnia, digestive issues, and so on. So that's a brief introduction to the word of the day, caffeine. Example of usage: she enjoyed the caffeine kick from her morning cup of tea. Right. The coffee shop was filled with the aroma of fresh brewed caffeine. So with that, I urge everyone to use word of the day caffeine as much as possible without too much intake of caffeine. And thank you. Back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Elven.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meng Kang, for the wonderful introduction about caffeine. Although I find it hard to remember a single information. However, for our counter, we have some external role players, and let's welcome our counter for today, Toastmaster Thejan. And Toastmaster Thejan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. As the counter, the purpose of the counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will be listening to the overuse of words, including and, well, but, like, so, and you know. I will also listen to filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats words or phrases such as I, or that means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. And with that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thejan. Thank you. Next, let's invite the timer for today, Toastmaster Koon, to introduce the role as the timer.
Hi, good evening to all speakers and online audience. I'm timer of the day, Koon. As a timers, I will count for the time for each table topic speakers, project speakers, and evaluators. We remind them with the remaining time with this green card, yellow, and the red card for the remaining time. So thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Koon. Last but not least, let us invite the general evaluator for today, distinguished Toastmaster Raveendran, to introduce his role as the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. My role as the general evaluator has always been such that I'm required to evaluate the entire proceedings of the meeting from the beginning right till the end, because in Toastmasters, we all believe that any and everything can be assessed, and we share feedback simply for the purposes of improvement. So I thank you all for inviting me, and I look forward to presenting my report together with the other evaluators who make up this team at the end of the meeting. Thank you, and back to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raveendran, and thank you to all the role players in introducing their own roles. Without further ado, let's invite the table topic master for today, Ms. Toastmaster Ikhtifar, to introduce table topics and begin our first session, which is table topic. Toastmaster Ikhtifar, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Elvin, for the kind introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm the table topics for today. Today, my avatar is the fox because I'm feeling a bit shy and also down the vendor. So a bit of change up there. All right. So basically, table topics is a method or platform where we test your ability to think analytically and critically, and also to answer the questions that we will propose the titles. All right. And also, the timer, can you please demo the timing device? So at 1.5, it's going to be, okay, never mind. At 1.5, it will be green. At 2, it will be yellow. And at 2.5, it will be red. All right. At red, at 3, will bust you out. Next, for tonight, we are going to do something differently, where we have this something like a debate going on. So can I have 6 volunteers into 2 teams? One team will be called Starbucks, and the other team will be Lim Kopitiam.
Why is Lee? Why Lee?
Because our AD is Lim.
Can I say Starbucks from the
Okay, can I have 6 volunteers?
Yeah, I would like him to see.
Yes.
Okay. We have 2 from the physical.
All right. So I need 4 more from the online before I pick you guys up. 1, 2, 3. All right.
We have 1 more from.
So I'm going to pick Sherru because she stand up. Sherru, please go to Team Samuel. Sherru, go to Team Samuel. All right. Joshua, you will be Team Elven. Who else? Chinshi, are you there?
Bindhu raised her hand.
Oh, Bindhu raised. Okay, Bindhu, you will be assigned to Team Samuel.
What's it? Actually, this is a totally unfamiliar this thing. I assume that you'll be explaining how this is done.
Yeah, I will explain how it's done after I group you to things. Okay, so Bindhu will be Team Samuel, and Jefri, you will be Team Elvin. Enough people already? All got 3, right? Okay. So this is how it's going to be done. I'm going to give you a topic, and you are going to be for the topic or against the topic. Meaning that if let's say I give you a topic, for example, supermarkets are better than wet markets. So one team will be going to say that yes, supermarkets are very good, blah 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 blah. The other team will go like, no, wet markets is still the best. I can find all this blah 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 blah. All right. So the topic for tonight is Starbucks coffee better than Kopitiam coffee?
Wow.
Oh, before that I forget. At the physical part, sorry, Elvin or Samuel, you want to choose before or against?
Kopitiam. We want
Elven wants Kopitiam.
our Kopitiam.
Okay. Elvin wants Kopitiam, Samuel wants Starbucks. All right. So the title is Starbucks coffee better than Kopitiam coffee? So the team that will go first is 4. So Samuel, the floor is yours. Oh, sorry. Or maybe
Each of us will take one time.
yeah.
Okay, understand. Oh, so it's done now.
Yes.
Sherru can take a seat first.
Ladies and gentlemen, when's the last time that you remember you drank coffee?
This morning.
This morning.
Can you remember the taste of coffee? But really good coffee. And that, my friend, is Starbucks. Starbucks is more than just coffee. It is a luxury. What Starbucks offers is way better than what you can find in any kopitiam. Simply because you're paying at a premium. And because you're paying at a premium, you get quality coffee. The beans that you get from Starbucks are not just any ordinary beans. They are beans that are made from Arabica coffee and other brands that they will not reveal to us because it's good. Because of that, Starbucks coffee is, because you're paying for quality, you're also paying for the brand. When you drink Starbucks coffee, people will look at you, wow, this person is another level. So imagine next time, of course, you can bring it to certain scenarios. where like you're going to go for an interview and hold a Starbucks coffee, and people will look at you differently because they know that Starbucks is class. So remember, when you want to drink coffee, think Starbucks. And with that, thank you. Thank you for your table topic. Yeah, thank you. And over back to your table topic, Master.
Alright, thank you. Thank you, Samuel, for trying to convince us Starbucks is better. Alright, so next, I'd like to call Elven out to say why Kopitiam coffee or the coffee that we drink at stalls better than Starbucks.
Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Starbucks value does not worth $20. Perhaps Starbucks value is only worth RM3 or more RM4. Ladies and gentlemen, when is the last time you connect with your friends in Kopitiam? I think that when you go to Kopitiam, the first thing that gets into your mind is the atmosphere. It's just like a mama, which you could connect to strangers, to your best friend, or even to your parents. With Starbucks, do you think you can meet Timothy Cook in Starbucks? I don't think so. In Starbucks, you can only meet strangers which you don't know and they look down to you because he thinks he is more luxury than you. In Kopitiam, we have this thing called boss. In another word, we call ane. The meaning of ane is brother, basically, and it connects the heart to heart between me and the other people from Kopitiam. And this unites us together to think about more than just coffee, to think about more than just caffeine. However, in Starbucks, what people usually do is only looking at their tablets, laptops, and totally have no connection. We do not want this kind of culture to develop in Malaysia. We do not want this kind of culture to develop in our house and our family. What we want is Kopitiam culture, which we could unite one and more other people in Kopitiam. And with that, I would like to encourage every one of you to come into Kopitiam to enjoy one meal with all the one that you know in the world. Thank you.
Your Kopitiam.
Thank you, Elvin, for reminding us about the price of Kopitiam per drinks. Next, I like to invite Sherru to once again convince us why Starbucks is better than Kopitiam.
Can you take off the... Yeah. As long as you're close to this mic, then it's fine. Yeah. You can use any props that you want.
I mean,
No, there's no... You just pick the this.
okay, then I just say.
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
you can see.
I disagree with what Elven said. I disagree with what Kevin said that only in Kopitiam you can connect with people because both Starbucks and Kopitiam just provide an environment for you to sit at there. The way how you want to utilize the environment is up to you. You can also connect with people in Starbucks. The pros of Starbucks is that it's aircon and you can stay at there for a very long time. And there are trained persons, there are the trained personals who can blend the coffee very well. It's not just about sweetness, but about a very perfect mixture of bitterness and sweetness.
35%.
And there are a lot of variety of choices. Also, Starbucks has some desserts over there that you can enjoy for your breakfast or even your lunch or dinner. Of course, Kopitiam also can provide you lunch and dinner, but then Kopitiam might have a little bit extra sweetness because they are not that well trained in coffee. All in all, it's our choice whether we want to choose Kopitiam or Starbucks. But if you have the money, why not you choose Starbucks?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherru, for reminding us that Starbucks is the place where good people hang. Next, I'd like to invite Joshua, who's going to remind us why Kopitiam coffee is the best.
Thank you, Table Topics Master Ikhtifar. I believe that Lim Kopitiam is best because Lim Kopitiam won't sell something such as buy two, free two. It just needs to use a kopi C, kopi O, kopi butter, kopi telur, Neslo, Cham. Everyone will straight away rush to the Lim Kopitiam just to taste the coffee. What's better is that when you put coffee with a toast, steamed bread, roti bakar, perfect lah. Let's not forget that each coffee has the taste of the maker. He poured all his blood, sweat, and tears just to give you the perfect blend of coffee, which is different than Starbucks, which requires them to put some soap inside it and use the machine to blend. It's not handmade. So in my opinion, I think Lim Kopitiam is better and also cheap at the same time. It is affordable, not just for students, but for everyone. So I would say go for Lim Kopitiam.
Thank you, Joshua. Timer, do you have still space for 2 speakers?
We can have one more.
One more.
One more. Oh, okay. All right. I will ask Bindhu. Bindhu, this is going to be open. All right. So, which one do you agree? You agree with Starbucks or you agree with Kopitiam, with stall coffee?
Well, now that you have given me the unique opportunity of deciding which one I like better, I'll say it's circumstantial and it depends upon the time, the mood, and the moment. Starbucks has its charm in the fact that it's a niche brand. You don't go to Starbucks for just the coffee, do you? You go there for the company as well. How many of you have not had a date at Starbucks? Well, okay, you don't have to answer me that, but you know what I'm meaning. It's the atmosphere. You get the aroma. You feel the pinch of expensive coffee, yes, but it makes you pause and it makes you, make each sip count. Then, of course, an eclectic variety of snacks, some which you may not have tasted before. And yes, the price also counts. When you are going to spoon in something that's really expensive, you're going to pay a little more attention to what it tastes instead of taking it for granted that I've had this before. And okay, I like it. When you do that, it's the first 3 bites that are going to interest you. And after that, it's all gone. But on the other hand, how many times can you afford Starbucks? I can't. I mean, it would just be an occasional pleasure. You have something else that the Kopitiam provides. It provides you an opportunity to indulge more frequently. And like a grammarian had said, the relaxing element of a coffee, a stress buster, you need it much more often than just an occasional fling, which you can afford with Starbucks. So both of them have its own time, its own place, and suited for its own company. So I don't think any one is better than the other. I think we need them both. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Bindhu, for giving both coffees a fair chance to fight. Now, I'd like to ask the Zoom Master to do a poll and ask the audience which one they prefer, Starbucks or Kopitiam, Lim Kopitiam, based on the points that has been raised by our table topic speakers tonight.
Yes, so the poll is already ready.
The poll is ready. Please go to slido sli.do/UMTMC. I repeat, for physical audience, sli.do/UMTMC. Okay.
All right. Thank you for launching the poll, Zoom Master. Before I go, I'd like to quote or re-quote someone famous by saying this. Remember that your education in Toastmasters is just 15 cups of Starbucks. Back to you, Elvin.
the price.
Thank you, table topic master Ikhtifar.
Yes.
And now we shall go for our photo session.
Another talk is for the best economic speaker, and the best economic speaker is individual, regardless of which team from his or her from. You may just put the best economic speaker in mind. So now I will launch the vote. Thank you for the voting for the best economic speaker. I saw the result.
4 weeks. For 15 weeks. I'll try to choose.
So now everyone, now we vote for the best economic speaker. You may just use the previously and you vote for each speaker you like most.
So for both physical online, you can just refresh the same link, you will get to the new folder. You can vote for the best speaker. That's sli.do/UMTMC.
And for now, we have reached the part when most of us are most excited and looking forward to, which is the photo session.
I'm so excited!
Thank you. For online audience, please switch on your camera, and for physical audience, please come to the stage.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our meeting, and we should start our meeting now. I will pass the control to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Elven.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zhi Jun. For now, we are now in the project speech session. In this session, club members are attempt to projects crafted in Toastmaster Pathway program and present to us. Pathway learning experience in the educational program crafted by Toastmaster International to allow members develop 5 core competencies, which include public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. With 11 specialized paths to choose from, members can achieve different goals based on what their goals in Toastmaster are. And today, we will witness a total of 3 members to present their prepared speech. An interesting fact is that two of our speakers for prepared speech are new members, and includes me, also a new member. But for today, we will have a total of 2 new members to give their second speech. Without further ado, let's invite our first speaker, Toastmaster Sherru, up on stage to present first topic, LGBT community. Toastmaster Sherru, are you ready? Well, T Sherru, LGBT community, T Sherru. All the best, and the stage is yours.
Let's imagine we are walking on the street and we saw a transgender person with a heavy makeup and a woman dress selling you a very gorgeous shoe but with an ongoing discount. You are not so sure about the discount. Will you choose to approach this man and ask him about the discounted price, or will you choose to stay away from this man because you find it very uncomfortable?
I will ask for discount because I'm Asian.
His attitude. Can you hear my voice? Should I just walk?
Okay.
Okay. So, will you choose to stay away from this man instead of approaching him because you feel very uncomfortable with his tone, voice, and outfit, or will you approach him? Ladies and gentlemen, as one of the local officers of the Standing Committees on Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights, including AIDS and HIV, allow me to bring this unique group of people, LGBT community, to your attention tonight. First and foremost, I will explain a few simple terminologies about sexual orientation, sex, gender, and sexuality before I introduce this group of people to you guys. So, is there a difference between sex and gender?
In my
Biology, I don't know.
in my knowledge, no.
Biologically, no.
Yes, there's difference between sex and gender.
Yeah, Ikhtifar is correct. Sex is our biological identity, determined by our gene. But gender is our feelings. Our feelings whether we should be a female or a male. So, how about sexual orientation or sexuality? It is also about our feeling, but it's about our feelings towards another person of the same sex or opposite sex. LGBT is an acronym about lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. Lesbian and gay is a group of people who have sexual or romantic feelings towards people with their same sex, whereas bisexual is another group of people who have romantic feeling towards both same and opposite same sex, both same and opposite sex. Most of us at here are cisgender. We have romantic or sexual feelings towards opposite sex. But allow me to explain again. Most of us here are cisgender. We have the feeling that we should be born in this sex. So we act and behave like a girl and we are ill when we are born as a girl. However, there are this group of people, they are minority. They think that they shouldn't be born in this sex. So they act or dress or even dress in a different sex. These group of people are called transgender. So LGBT group of people are treated in a harmful way in Malaysia and Western countries. They have a higher risk of encountering mental disorder like anxiety, depression, as they do not grow up in a supportive way. In school, they might get bullied, they might get ostracized, or they might get harassed by their peers. When they grow up, the society might not even give them a chance to have a job simply because they feel that they are disgusting. They do not have a close one to them they can turn to when they are facing difficulties. Unlike us, we have peers, families, and friends who can support us. In Western country, there are this move called anti-LGBT group, and they are also violent, and the LGBT group of people frequently become the victims of violent crime like manslaughter, sexual harassment, or even robbery. Nevertheless, in Malaysia, we can't really see them. Do they really not exist in Malaysia? No, they just conceal their identity, fearing that anyone who knows their identity. You persecute them. You tease them. Hence, I hope that everyone in this room can at least respect them when you guys came across with them. You guys come across with them. Because I don't think that Malaysia will change the law of seeing them as a criminal, unlike Western countries that already have the law to protect them. Thank you.
Thank you to Master Sherru for voicing out for LGBT community. And I was aspired to be like you, to also voice out and help them in many ways. For additional information, today's speeches for prepared speech the duration will be around 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5 minute, the timer will show green. At the 6 minute, the timer will show yellow. And at the 7th minute, the timer will show red. The speakers are about to consider to end their speeches around 7.5 minutes. Next, we have the second prepared speech from Toastmaster Ummi Umairah, up on stage. The evaluator for Ummi Umairah will read out the purpose statement of a speech.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hold on a sec. I need to turn that thing on. Okay. The purpose statement is as follows. The purpose of this project is to learn or reveal basic methods for writing a speech with a detailed purpose, but with a defined purpose, and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Back to you, Toastmaster Evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ummi. Ummi, are you ready for a speech?
Ready.
I guess
I need her to do the audio test because I need to hear from the online side.
Okay, so just pick something for Ming to hear.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. It possible can stand in front of the stage at the front part there on the floor there, the lower level. It's easier for me to evaluate.
I just hear.
Oh.
Try again.
Hello.
Can.
All right. Ummi, are you ready?
Thank you so much.
Ummi, the ripple effect. How small actions create big impact in life? The ripple effect. How small actions create big impact in life? Ummi, and the stage is yours.
So good evening to all of the Toastmasters. My name is Ummi. So today I will invite you to join me to explore the analogy of life to be akin of a cup of coffee, a journey filled with a small actions that can grow into significant impact or big impact, such much like the infusion of caffeine in our favorite beverage. So imagine for a moment the process of heating a cup of coffee. We started it from selecting the right ingredients, whether coffee beans or grounds, and then we adding some water, utilizing the brewing equipment or coffee maker. Each step seemingly insignificant on its own contributes to the rich and flavorful outcome that we enjoy. So this analogy mirrors our daily life, where small actions, when we consistently pursue it or doing it, it will have a big impact to our life. So there was one day I attended to one of the forum sessions at my faculty. So the panels were graduated from the top universities like University of Cambridge and University of Oxford. They also emphasized and highlighted the power of incremental progress where we persistently doing the small steps or baby steps every day. Besides, one of the panel also encouraged us to embrace the concept of improving ourselves by just 1% every day, seemingly modest endeavor that over time can compound into substantial achievements. This philosophy resonates deeply with the principles outlined in the Atomic Habits books, where this book underscores how every action we take is a vote to a person that we want or aspire to become in the future. It reminds us not to underestimate the small steps or the value of consistency that we do in our life. Consider this, just as each drop of coffee contributes to the final brew's robustness, our daily actions, no matter how small or baby steps that we are doing, will having such a big impact to our life later, shaping our future selves. Whether it's learning a new skill, fostering a new relationship, or doing any new activities, this all of every effort will count toward building a fulfilling life. Furthermore, I also have one quote that I'm interested to share with all of you. The quote is by famous Albert Einstein, which he stated that compound interest habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. So this quote really highlighting the exponential growth that occurs when we consistently doing something, even though the step is small or little. So let's reflect on the ripple effect created by adding caffeine into the coffee. Similarly, our actions, if when aligned with purpose and full of determination, we also can treat the ripple effect or the waves of positive changes, not only in our life, but also to others' life, those around us. So as a conclusion, let's remember the transformative of the power of small actions, just as a cup of coffee is brewed to the perfection. Our lives can be enriched and flavored by the conscious choices we make each day. So thank you.
Thank you, the Toastmaster Ummi. The quote come out from James Clear, 1% improvement every day. The quote, snowball effect, improving every day in investing by Warren Buffett. And the quote, be 1% wiser than yesterday by Charlie Munger are the three quotes that guide me in not underestimating my effort in daily life. And thank you, Ummi, for once again reminding me to strive for a better future. Without further ado, let's invite the last speaker for prepared speech, which is Jefri online. Jefri, for Jeffrey's speech, I would like to invite his evaluator, Joshua, to read out his purpose statement.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Elven. To Toastmasters Jefri, the purpose of your speech is for you to observe your time management patterns. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Joshua. Joshua is currently doing level 2, managing time, and with the title of Getting Things Done by Jefri. Jefri, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Jefri, getting things done. Getting things done. Jefri, and the stage is yours.
Have you ever been in a situation where you arrive late for an event, a class, work, or social gathering because you spend too much time choosing your wardrobe, deciding what to wear, because you were too concerned and worried about what other things about you. Hence, you spend so much time self-grooming that in the end, you became the last person to arrive at the venue. Although this could have been avoided and you could have been the first person to be there. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the problem, a recurring problem that I faced several years ago. And thankfully, the condition has gotten better over the years. Perfectionism is a buzzword that most of us are familiar with. It is often associated with negative self-talk, procrastination, and even a factor that inhibits us from eventually completing our projects or goals. However, perfectionism is an inherent trait in all of us because it is a natural tendency for us humans to want to strive for something greater in life or achieve excellence in whatever we do. Hence, for me, it is important to strike balance between perfection and imperfection to ensure that this trait will work with us instead of against us and eventually achieving whatever goals that we desire. In 1993, there was an animated, I hear myself, there was an animated film called The Thief and the Cobbler. The movie took 29 years for production time. It was directed by the talented and perfectionist animator called Richard Williams. It tells the story of a poor cobbler set in the Middle East who fell in love with a lonely Arabian princess. Sound familiar? Why it took 29 years to make? Because the animator wanted to create the best animated film ever made during its time. Hence, he was very concerned to ensure that the nooks and crannies of the film are flawless. Eventually, in the 1980s, it received funding from the Warner Brothers. However, the film got dumped by the studio in the end because the project ran over time and also the budget, due to Williams' tendency to focus on the intricate details and ensuring that everything is perfect. Also coincidentally, the year before, a carbon copy of the film was released by Disney called Aladdin, with the same premise and setting as The Thief and the Cobbler. So this movie is popular and it becomes a precautionary tale of the dangers of perfectionism and how it will prevent us from achieving our goals and completing them. Therefore, with that in mind, I would like to share 3 principles that I have applied to help ensure that perfectionism leads me to success rather than holding me back. First of all is implementation of the SMART goals. We all know what SMART means: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This technique is effective because it helps us to create realistic goals, help us to lead our effort into the right direction, and ultimately achieve our objectives. Secondly, is to focus on the effort rather than the outcome. Too much time spent by us on focusing what will be the end result and what other people will think about the end result rather than focusing on the steps needed to take to achieve whatever goal that we have. And last but not least will be to set a deadline. This speech was written last night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It took 2 hours, but it was an effective technique because I booked the speech slot a month prior, but due to being overwhelmed with work and studies, I had little to no time to prepare for the speech. However, last night, I knew that this speech, by hook or by crook, need to be completed by tonight. So having a deadline will force me to think, what are the essentials and the necessities to make this project a success? Hence, setting a deadline, be it the day after or 1 month after will always help because it will prevent us from being too worried about the nitty-gritty and intricate details that will ultimately make no difference in our ultimate project. In a nutshell, we can't deny that perfectionism is inherent in all of us, and it can affect us in one way or another, be it at work, study, or projects, or our project speeches. However, if we implement the 3 principles that I've mentioned, the 3 techniques, hopefully perfectionism, as I said, will work in our way and not against our way. Because ultimately, the countless amount of caffeine that we consume every night will eventually lead to completion of our project instead of incompletion and too much of perfection. That is the key to getting things done. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jefri. I've learned one thing new. When it comes to deadline, our potential is being released. But I'm still trying to stay away from deadline. But that was an interesting sharing session by Jefri. And thank you, Jefri, for your wonderful insights. For now, we will be voting for the best project speakers. And Toastmaster Zhi Jun can help us with that to provide the slide of UMTMC.
The one is open now.
All right.
Everyone, you may go to the previous link sli.do/UMTMC.
Almost done.
Everyone, you may go to sli.do/UMTMC, which is the link you use for the previous topic.
I vote for Koon.
I need 4 more votes. Oh, I saw 5. I need a tiebreaker now. Yeah, everyone will vote to break the tie.
2 winners.
So, thank you for voting.
That I shall conclude the project speech session. Thank you once again to all the 3 speakers for sharing their wonderful stories and perspective on their topics. And now, I'd like to pass the stage to the evaluation session, which is our distinguished Toastmaster Raveendran, for being the general evaluator for today. DTM Raveendran, the stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the privilege of being the general evaluator for today's meeting. This is the portion in which the bulk of the learning takes place because a lot of analysis has been going on throughout this meeting. There have been various role players having taken down notes with regards to how we can improve and move forward. At the same time, give compliments where it's due. So we play both sides of the coin, all right? Let's begin with the table topics evaluation. Can I please invite Toastmaster Koon Yeat to share the table topics evaluation, please?
Hi everyone, I'm not Yeat, I'm Toastmaster Zhi Jun. And I will conducting the table topics evaluator. And based on the latest agenda shared in the chat, you may refer to the chat inside. So thank you very much. Now I would like to start by table topic evaluation to all our 5 fantastic speakers, which are 2 from the Starbucks Cafe team, 2 from the Leaf Kopitiam team, and 1 from Neutral Step. First, Toastmaster Samuel. Toastmaster Samuel, you have a strong sense about why Starbucks better than Kopitiam. In your speech, you mentioned about the quality. Because you pay for the quality, so you want to get the best coffee, so it is more work. You have a very good stand and a good English accent. And one improvement for you is you may improve in your vocal, the expression of the vocal. Like show more how strong your expression, your stand, you can be more strong by showing your more excited expression towards how you love Starbucks more than Kopitiam. Second speaker, Toastmaster Elven from the team Kopitiam. Toastmaster Elven, he's not very excited about how Kopitiam can unite the people instead of Starbucks, because Starbucks you only can recognize, you only meet the strangers, but Kopitiam you can invite all of your friends, aunties, all the friends come and then have a fun. And you have a very good summary about how Kopitiam encourage the unity. One improvement for Toastmaster Elven is it's not an improvement, but just acknowledge. You may just stand straight and just talk because the camera view is here. But this is the audience view. You may just stand straight and just talk very normal to the audience as the camera view is wide for you. Our third speaker, Toastmaster Sherru. She's from the Starbucks team. Toastmaster Sherru, she also has a strong stand about why Starbucks better than Kopitiam, and you even beats what Toastmaster Elven said. You just reject all his statement about why Starbucks better. You say about the environment is based on how you utilize it. It's not very important about how the environment looks like, it's the way how you utilize. And also you have a conclusion about if you got money choose Starbucks. What improvement for Toastmaster Sherru is you may process, when you're on stage, you may process first what you want to say, and then because when you stand, and then the speaker has a time to process about what you get, and then what you want not, and then just get a rough idea, and then you want to stop. So you may process first, take your time to process what you want to say, and just speak up your thoughts to all the audience. Fourth speaker, Toastmaster Joshua from Line. His stand is Kopitiam better. Why Kopitiam better? Toastmaster Joshua tell us about how easy and convenient the coffee makes up, the coffee in Kopitiam makes up, instead of the coffee in Starbucks Cafe. Because in Starbucks Cafe, you need to remember about the grinding and the brewing, and maybe like the add some cream or add some or reduce some sugar. But Kopitiam, we just have the several types, and the coffee in Kopitiam very easy to memorize about. You just say about the coffee, coffee C, and then coffee ice. It's all very just with the word coffee and very easy to memorize. It's the benefits of you drink the coffee in Kopitiam. One improvement for Toastmaster Joshua is You may summarize all what you say, because what I get is you talk about how easy the coffee makes and how convenient. But your summary is like, because the coffee in Kopitiam is cheap and affordable. Perhaps you may just summarize, oh, why you choose Kopitiam? Because it's very convenient to make and it's cheap for, as a student, to afford for the coffee. And last speaker, Toastmaster Bindhu, she has a neutral stand about why Kopitiam and Starbucks are both the best. Because it depends on your preference and they have their own benefits in their own time, in their own place, and their own taste. So you have a neutral stand, and however, although you have a neutral stand, you also have a strong stand about why you didn't stand on either Starbucks or the Kopitiam, why you support both or why you don't support both. And you may slow down your pace when you are talking. Because I noticed that your pace is a bit rushing when you are talking. Perhaps you are walking when you are talking. So perhaps just try to slow down your pace so that we can get a clearer message about what your task is. Overall, congratulations to all speakers for giving a clear message about why you prefer this coffee compared to that coffee. With your own view, very clear. Thank you for volunteering, and I would like to pass this speech back to our General Manager.
Thank you very much for a brilliant evaluation of so-called table topic session, but it's a debate actually. But it's still sort of table topics because the topic was given on the floor, on the spot. There was no prior preparation, except for if you're the fourth speaker, you have some advantage. First speaker, you just had it, but it's okay. It's still a table topic session. And I find the topic chosen was very good. Thematic to begin with, since you're talking about coffee and thematic. And it's something that's relatable to all of us because you all are youngsters. I think you all will probably frequent Starbucks much more often than people my age will do. Of course, you're not working, so you may not have that much of financial resources, but still the Starbucks is for the middle age group, the yuppies and so forth. Well argued by both sides. So of course, this game can be played many ways. You could do as what the table topic master did, choose 4 from either side. Or since we have 2 large groups here, one is the physical group, the other is the online group, you could debate between the online and the physical, and the table topic master can be the moderator or the facilitator. No absolute pros and cons. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. But thank you for this session. I found it very interesting. Moving on now to the evaluation of the prepared speeches. Can I please call upon Toastmaster Samuel Lee-Boey to evaluate the speech done by Sherru. Samuel Lee-Boey, please.
Oh, do I start? Okay. Imagine somebody like me. Imagine someone walking up on stage wearing a medical t-shirt, but on the other hand, he offered you advice to improve your speech. Would you take his advice even though he's wearing a UM medical shirt? Okay, Sherru, congratulations on your second speech for your icebreaker. The purpose for your speech is to review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech. And from what I heard, you have achieved this purpose. And I can summarize them into the following acronym, which is HIS. Wow. So HIS. First of all, I found your speech humorous. You started off by telling me telling us about how whether there's a person who came up to you and that asked whether they want to sell you something for a discount or whether something, but the person looked dressed very weird. So I found that your description of the person was very funny because it described the person as having long hair and wearing some shirt. So I found that really humorous. Kudos to you. And secondly, informative. You taught us about what's the definition of, what's the difference between a cisgender, what's the difference between gender and sex, and that what cisgender is, whereas it's someone who actually likes dresses, who is a guy but identifies as a guy. So I learned something today, even though yeah, I should know this. And lastly, the S, you have a structure. You have an introduction, a body, and a closing. You started off with the engaging us with the question about those who wear clothes, the guy, the story. And in your body, you shared about the definition of what is cisgender, what is gender, what is sex, and you gave us an example of what's the effects of what the problems that people are facing about transgender community, and you did a closing call to action. Okay, now here's the strap on how you can improve your future speeches. First of all, S is to summarize. So to summarize, I would like to hear, because summarize, it helps us to understand what you have mentioned. So I would encourage you to summarize your points in the future. For example, I've shared with you the definition. So after learning about the definition of what is sex versus gender, or why LGBTQ community is facing these troubles, I would like to now call to action. I would like to encourage everyone to view them in a different perspective, something like that for a summary. And the TR, transition. So when you have a transition, it makes the audience follow your speech clearer. So when we move from one point to another, now that I've shared with you the definition of sex versus gender, I'd like to share with you what are the effects of what are the LGBT community is facing, the troubles. All right, and that will help us, the audience, understand that you're moving to another point. And lastly, the P, it's back to the purpose again. I felt that I couldn't relate to your purpose initially, as in the story of how the person who is selling the clothes, selling something for discount, and also the person having long hair. Maybe you can share with them a story about about somebody who experienced somebody who mistreated the LGBT, then something that I could have connected, because you asked about somebody who shared about the value. You start off with sharing about how like the person was differently dressed, but he asked about trying to sell something. So I felt that obviously I'll go for sell something because to me that's more important. Like we shared about an example, like, oh, there's this LGBTQ community was bullied in this school and he was badly injured. Well, I will feel that I can connect, and then like, why LGBTQ must now watch out for these group of people. Yeah, so to summarize my point, this is his strap. So it will be humorous. I found your speech humorous, informative, and it was structured. And of course, it was a strap for summarize and to transition, and of course, to clarify your purpose in your future speeches. And with that, thank you for listening to my evaluation, and back to you, general evaluator of anything.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback on the speech done by the first speaker. Moving on next to the evaluation for the second speaker, Toastmaster Chong Yu Ming. Toastmaster Chong Yu Ming to evaluate the speech done by Ummi Umairah. Toastmaster Chong Yu Ming, please.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Umairah, your speech titled The Ripple Effect, How Small Actions Create Impact in Life, has made me wonder about how a small reminds me of the saying goes, like if you do something 1% a day, it will accumulate and everything will become very significant. Sounds like my savings account. If I keep my money in my savings account, it adds up and adds up. I have more savings in the end. Now, So I believe you have actually completed your project, which is which is the which is the which is writing speech with a purpose, because you have applied the concept of OBC. What does OBC stands for? Opening, body, and closing. Let's start with the opening. You have actually fascinated me by linking the title of your story the with how we should make a cup of coffee, from selecting the beans and choosing the tools to brew, and likewise finally on how it's being preserved, right? So from these little actions, it helps to it kind of impacts us on how we enjoy our caffeinated drink. So this is a very good way to link two contrasting items together, and it kind of bring us back to interested to your story. This is the good opening, in my opinion. Now, as for the body of the speech, you have used a lot of quotes and a fact from reputable sources, which I heard you even say some from University of Cambridge and Oxford, to back up your point when you want to relay on to support your points. So from here, actually, I felt that I'm listening to a professional who has actually done your homework, which is very important, especially in the public speeches like this. As for the conclusion, you have prepared a conclusion, a short, brief one, which bring us back to the topic of the speech ripple effect, and how small actions can make a big impact in life. As for the improvement, I believe that you need to work on your vocal variety. I noticed throughout your speech, you're quite monotonous, and because of that, I felt a bit distracted. So, as a suggestion, I suggest you to pause, especially towards the end of every point. So, like example, after you say the source end of the point here, then you have a short pause, then you follow up with this one, the next point, so on and so on. And another one thing I like to suggest to you is that you could wrap up your speech at the conclusion. That is something worth adding on, because that way you can remind us, the listeners, that what we are listening, remind us what you're talking about throughout your speech. And it's a good way to refresh our minds after listening to your speech. To challenge yourself, Toastmaster Umairah, you could free up your right hand like this by trying not reading your script while speaking. Actually, it will improve your vocal variety and also your body language in general. To summarize, you have a good OBC, opening, body, and closing. You have the improvements that you hope you will implement in your future speeches would be vocal variety, a good summary in the ending of the speech, and try not to read the script. Back to you, general evaluator.
Thank you, sir, for the brilliant evaluation of the speech delivered by the second speaker. All the points you mentioned are perfectly valid. I'll underscore and support that. Moving on to the final evaluator of the third speaker. The evaluator for the final speaker, Toastmaster Joshua Lim Kim Yu, to share his feedback on speech delivered by Muhammad Jefri bin Muhammad Hasri. Joshua Lim Kim Yu.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I can be late to wake up. I can be late for a movie, but I cannot be late to give Toastmasters Jefri my evaluation. Jefri, I love how you started off your speech with a question. Has anyone ever been in a situation of lateness? By asking this question, you engage with your audience. It made us try to think back, oh, when was the last time we were late for an event or something? It gets people wants to listen more about your speech. And from there, you continue on with your topic, which is which is about perfectionism, and at the same time about time management, which I think answers your objective for this project, to observe your time management pattern. And as you were discussing perfectionism, you also did mention methods for us to to help us if whenever we find out we are in a tight deadline for a project, such as the 3 methods, which is the SMART method, the focus on the effort, less on the outcome, and also setting a deadline. And I also do notice that you have good hand gestures. For example, you were showing one part which is not completed project to completion, to show the shift by using your hand gestures. In terms of improvements, there were times that I feel that your speech was a bit too fast. While I was still digesting the first part of the speech, you shifted on to the next part of speech. So there are times that I may get a bit lost during a speech. What I'd like to suggest is to add some pauses to your speech. For example, when you were talking about why take so long to make the Cobbler movie? Because perhaps if you add pauses, why it takes so long to make the movie Cobbler? Because that way it gives a suspense to people to figure out why this movie took so long to make. The second improvement is in terms of the camera angle. So in the online setting, perhaps you may want to position your camera where we can see you in the 90 degrees, like we can see you in the center, instead of from a top-down view. If, for example, this may look like a top-down view, and this can look like we're looking at you, like we're talking to you in a person, and you can look through us through the camera. Overall, for your speech, I think that you have good hand gestures, you engage your audience with questions, and you also give relatable topics with us as the audience. In terms of improvements, perhaps you can add pauses into your speech, try to slow down a little, and lastly, to utilize the camera well during an online setting. That is all from me. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Joshua, for sharing your feedback on the third speaker. Again, all relevant points. But one thing I did notice is none of the evaluators mentioned whether the speech objectives have been met. My view is, this is my view, please. You may have the other views, which are perfectly fine by me. Every speech in Toastmasters has a speech objective or purpose statement. And as an evaluator, either at the beginning or the end, I think it's good that we mention that the speech objectives have been met. Why I say this, because in my role as a general evaluator, or even as an evaluator, more than an evaluator, I have on a couple of times, not often, it's a rare occasions, I mentioned that the speech objectives have not been met. And if it were me, I'll redo the speech. And we have to be quite honest here, because by so doing, we are helping the speaker. If not, they just go on like an automatic locomotive train, and eventually they'll stumble somewhere, because we must understand in Toastmasters, the features are all scaffolded. If you do the thing well at a lower level, it becomes easier at the higher level and keeps on going. Like for example, a good speech is storytelling. Storytelling is a very important one. If you don't get the gist of it right, you go further up, you're going to stumble when you come to level 5. So you must stop it there. So anyway, it's a small thing, just for you all to take note. Moving on, I think it's time for us to do the evaluation of the evaluators.
The board
Are
is
you all
ready.
going to read up, Slido, whatever?
Yes, the board is ready for you all. Everyone, you may go to our previous link, sli.do/UMTMC, to vote for your best evaluator in your mind. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay. I hope I can continue in the interest of program continuity, because the Slido thing can be done for currently. Can I now invite the grammarian to share the report, please? Toastmaster Ming Kang.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen and guests, Toastmasters. My name is Ming Kang, and I will now read out the Grammarian Report to all of you. Today, we have a total of 5 usage of Word of the Day Cafe each one time by Zhi Jun, Sherru, Ummi, Jefri, and Toastmaster Ming. If I miss out anything, do tell me, because this is what I recorded so far. Moving on to the lots of excellent words, phrases, sentences. Lots of difficulty like a coffee, very bitter from Zhi Jun. Enjoy the aroma of coffee by Zhi Jun. For or against the topic by Ikhtifar. Starbucks is more than just coffee, it is a luxury by Samuel. If you have the money, why not choose Starbucks by Sherru? Each coffee has the taste of the maker by Joshua. Make each sip count by Bindhu. Occasional pleasure by Bindhu. And the following by Sherru. Terminology, sexual orientation, cisgender, and prosecuted and teased by the others. And the following is from Ummi. The infusion of caffeine. Improving ourselves 1% every day. Underscore exponential growth perfection. Okay, the following is by Jefri. Perfectionism, intricate details, nitty-gritty, essential and necessity. Those are the excellent things, words that I like. Moving on to the misuse, words, incorrect pronunciations and grammar. Correct heart to heart between us. So I suggest connect heart between us. It's heart to heart and between us and repetitive. Victim, I would suggest victim. Presume, I think is consume. Are interested, should be I am interested. Film, I would say film. The voting is open now. I would suggest the poll is up now on Slido. Have a fun. I would say have fun. More strong, I would say stronger. Timers, we have only one timer, so I say timer. Which includes, I say which include. Instead, I would suggest which includes. Their prepared speech. I would suggest their prepared speeches. Got money, I got money, you got money. I would say it's either I have money, you have money, or I've got money, you've got money. 4 more words. Okay, this is 4 more words. I would suggest saying the tone clearer. 4 more words. 4 more words sounds something else for me. With that, that's the end of Grammarian Report. Thank you so much, and back to the General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for playing the role of a grammarian this evening. Moving on next, our counters report, Toastmaster Thejan Misra. Thejan Misra.
Thejan, you're muted.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Audio check. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Starting off with my report as the counter today. First of all, we had Toastmaster Lee Jun, who was the Sergeant at Arms and also the table topic evaluator. She had a total of 5 filler words, and the most used word was and. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the evening, he had 8 filler words, and the most used was and. Moving on to table topic master, Toastmaster Ikhtifar, he had 5 filler words, and the most was having repeats, which was blah blah blah. And then moving on to Toastmaster Samuel, who was the first table topic speaker and the first evaluator. He had a total of 9 repeats, 9 repeat words. And the most used word was so. Moving on to Toastmaster Calvin, the second table topic speaker. He had no use, I did not record any words. And moving on, we had Toastmaster Sherru, who was the third table topic speaker and the first prepared speech speaker. She had 4 uses of so and a total of 9 words. And we had Toastmaster Joshua as the table topic speaker number 4 and evaluator number 3. He had total of 7 phrases, and the most used phrase was like, for a repeat of 3. And our final table topic speaker, Toastmaster Bindhu, had 5 words, and the most used word was a. And then moving on to the prepared speeches by speaker number 2, Toastmaster Ummi. She had 11 E's and total 16. Toastmaster Muhammad Jefri. He had give me a sec. Toastmaster Jefri had 4 repeats, and the most used was but. Yeah. And then evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Chong. He had 7 repeats, and the most used phrase was a. And finally, the grammarian, he had 4 phrases. The most used was and the general evaluator currently has 5 E's recorded. And for me, I lost count of my repeats after 5. And with that, back to you, general evaluator.
Ravi, you're muted.
Thank you very much for the reminder. Thank you, sir, for the R-counters report. Now for the final technical report, the timers report, please. Toastmaster Ding Koon Yeat, am I right?
Thank you, general evaluators. Today, the meeting starts at 8:03. And for the table topic speakers, the first speaker, Samuel, used 1 minute 38 seconds. For the second speaker, Elven, he used 1 minute 37 seconds. For the third speaker, Sherru, she used 1 minute 20 seconds. And the fourth speaker, Joshua, she used 1 minute. And the fifth speaker, Bindhu, used 1 minute 58 seconds. For the project speakers, Sherru used 6 minutes 5 seconds. Ummi used 4 minutes 52 seconds, which understand 8 seconds. While Jefri used 6 minutes 11 seconds. For the evaluators, the first evaluator, Samuel, he used 4 minutes 46 seconds, which overspans 1 minute 16 seconds. And for the second evaluators, Ummi, he used 3 minutes 48 seconds, which overspan 18 seconds. While the third evaluators, Joshua, he used 3 minutes 15 seconds. For the role players, oh sorry, I missed out. The table topic evaluators, Zhi Jun, she used 5 minutes 24 seconds. Okay, for the role players, Ming, he used 3 minutes 19 seconds. And then our counter, he used 3 minutes 30 seconds, which overspans 1 minute. And I used 1 minute 8 seconds.
I believe that's the end of the timers report. Thank you, sir, if that is so. All right, now we come to the stage where I share my report as a general evaluator. Overall, yes, I'm impressed with the meeting. It started sort of on time. As rightly mentioned by the timer, 8:03. 3 minutes is not a very big deal. Some clubs start much later than that. So at least you guys got your act together, despite it being a hybrid meeting. Hybrid meetings are a little bit complex, but even then you got your show, your game in order. As
Sorry,
far as the-
DTM Ravi.
Yeah.
Your voice is a bit,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, come nearer then. Can you hear me now?
yeah, much better.
Much better? All right. Thank you. All right. What I'm saying is your meeting is much more impressive, despite it being a hybrid meeting. Normally, hybrids are a little bit complex, and I'll come to that in a short while because quite a number of things are picked up. But anyway, as far as timing is concerned, not only start, even throughout the meeting, very good time management. Because if you look at the program element, when I take off now as a general evaluator, it should be 9:42. So I spoke for about 2 minutes now, 9:44. So you're sort of throughout the meeting on the dot. This is excellent. Not easy to achieve, but I think there's been conscious effort, partly from the way the program has been planned, because you plan it accordingly and then you carry out the plan, it'll work out. But it's all on the planning stage. So this is done very well. And this leads to the second point. I like your agenda. Even before the meeting started, they send me the meeting agenda or the program element, as some would call. I like it because 4 pages of a lot of information. You have, of course, the meeting details, the pathways, who are those visiting today, playing visitors' roles, explanation of the word of the day, details of the members, which faculties they are from, some expansion on the pathways, abbreviation in Toastmasters. So very comprehensive. Of course, I won't say it's perfect. Always there are some cheating things here and there. On a scale of 9 to 10, I will gladly give it 9. It's fantastic. So give yourself a big round of applause for that. I've been long enough in Toastmasters. I've not come across such a comprehensive agenda. Of course, I've come across good ones, but this has a lot of information which I like. So thank you very much for that. I commented on time management. Now, let me come to the areas in which I feel that you could do better. It's just an opinion. I felt that the word of the day, though thematic, word of the day, caffeine, is too common. I don't know about you guys. I come to a meeting to learn something and go back. So what did I learn about coffee? That's fine, coffee. I enjoy coffee. Caffeine, you could use the words like, even though they had coffee, the group was boisterous. That's a good word. It's still related to the theme of coffee. And after coffee, the guys created a ruckus. That's a simple but nice word, seldom used, so you can rejuvenate your mind with this kind of words. But don't take offense, please. Maybe to some, there's a thrill there in the word caffeine, but I like to learn rich words, nice words that become useful to you. In my home club, we even have words like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I mean, that's the other extreme, But we go through that motion. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, guys, I leave it at that. Now, the one that I think a lot of work needs to be done is your camera setting. You have 3 cameras, one for the stage, one for the timer, and one for the audience. Let me go through each of these cameras one by one. The one on the stage, I think is wide angle. It shows the whole stage, where actually need not. You could have focused it only on the speaker because that's all we're interested in, not the whole stage. You don't need a wide angle. Think about it, guys. If it makes sense, try to arrange it, especially if you're using this same meeting room all the time. Then you can get the setting right once and for all. The other is the one on the audience. I think there are at least about 7 or 8 people present, but I can't see them all. All I see is the center walkway leading up to the boxes right to the end. I'm not interested in those things. I want to see the people. So maybe either the audience could come together in the center, because only 8 of you will come together such that the camera can see all of you, or your 2 cameras on either side, and the timer is visible at the same time. I think you guys need to pay some attention to this so that we can get the full vibration of the meeting, because the audience, as far as me online, I like to see the physical guys. Of course, you guys can see us all on the screen, but anyway, I leave it to you. You know what I'm talking about. The other is the audio. The audio, unfortunately, even commented by somebody from the floor just now, I think somebody on the online, was not very clear. So there's a sweet spot, obviously, right? Because you're not having an omnidirectional microphone. I think you're having a simple one-way type of microphone. I'm not too sure. Find the sweet spot, mark the spot with a tape or whatever it is, so all the speakers go and stand there and you speak. Maybe you box it up with a little tape. We have this in speech contest. In speech contest, they'll box it up and you speak from within that designated area. Then the sound can come clearer. So think about it. What other things was I mentioned about the speech objective. Was it met or not? Then there was a lot of talk about wearing brown shirt and so forth. So I went helter-skelter in my wardrobe looking for a brown shirt, but I don't see you guys all wearing brown shirt. What? Is it part of an April Fool's joke? So anyway, I don't know. You guys may have good interest. I like that. Trying to bring some variety. I like the virtual backdrop you have. Some good work has gone in there. So these are the things I want to share. As far as I'm concerned, it's a good meeting. And this comes from an educational institution, University of Malaya. Many of the clubs, or not, I won't say many, clubs that come from educational institutions, somehow or other, they are not as strong as what I saw here. Like, for example, University Malaysia Sabah, the club comes up, dies off, comes up, dies off. So we need to come in and prop it up. But you guys seem to be able to stand on your own 2 feet with just 2 imports, me and 1 more Toastmaster. So kudos to you all for putting out a good meeting. Kudos for an excellent program element and doing your best to get the show up and running. So with this, I'd like to hand back the floor to the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Elven Chan Tai Zing, please.
Thank you, Raveendran. For now, we will be having our award ceremony. So, first award ceremony. The first award that will be given is to Table Topics team. Which one will you guess will win?
I know it.
Congratulations.
Elven wins. Elven.
Sorry? What do you say? Copy. Right. And the winner goes to Starbucks rival, Team Kopitiam. Congrats to me, myself, and Joshua and Bindhu as well. Now, best favorite topics speaker.
Maybe I will give a prize to you.
Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Wow, got prize leh. Are you giving Starbucks?
No, I'm giving the Starbucks rival.
Ming Kang's asking too much.
Let's take a picture.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1.
And for Toastmaster Joshua, you may claim it when we meet physically for your Starbucks rival coffee.
Best table topic speakers goes to Bindhu.
Wow.
We'll show the B voucher. Sorry,
No. For online award recipients, you may receive an e-gift, which is from me, myself, Zhi Jun, to you.
Okay.
I was, yeah. You will receive an e-gift voucher from Zhi Jun, which is me, and I will send you the e-voucher privately to you.
Wow.
It's so much.
Yeah, you may take note of your chat in the Zoom or chat in the WhatsApp.
Wow.
Surprisingly, for this meeting, we have two best table topic speaker. The best table topic speaker in the physical meeting is me myself. Starbucks.
Yeah.
Starbucks.
No, you are not Team Starbucks. Oh, you're giving Starbucks. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. You betray Kopitiam.
I did not pray. So the next award giving ceremony will be giving our awards to the best project speaker, which is Miss Sherru.
Starbucks.
Which one do you want? Starbucks or what?
You choose both.
Starbucks.
Can you choose both?
Can we get a picture?
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Take the breaks.
Red skills master. The last but not least, we'll have our best evaluator, which is Toastmaster Samuel. Toastmaster Samuel. I don't think you have a choice.
Where's the spirit of Kopitiam? Oh. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Thank you and congrats to Toastmaster Samuel. Next, also, we would like to show our deepest gratitude and appreciation to our general evaluator today, which is distinguished Toastmaster Raveendran. And we would like to take a picture of you with the general evaluator appreciation certificate.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, I'll take the photo like Joshua since I'm here. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate.
And that marks the end for our awards giving and closing ceremony. For those who have won, congratulations, and for those who did not win, try harder next time and do not give up.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. For now, I'll pass the stage to our Vice President, Zhi Jun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Elven, for his wonderful hosting throughout these 2 hours meeting. And me again, I'm Zhi Jun, the Vice President Education of UN Toastmaster Club. Now is the airtime for myself. Our next meeting will be on 1st April, which is next week, which is will help 100% physically at Dewan Perdana Unplugged, Complex Perdana Siswa UM campus, which is the same place. And as you see, why I bring up a laptop here,
Sure.
just not much. I just want to promote something.
What is that?
Samsung.
I hope that I can sell.
Yes, 34 Ultra.
I
1,000.
think I just share my.
Wow.
No,
Oh, I know.
I would like to share a video.
No audio? No audio, ah. Copyrighted music.
Not much. I will just Not much. I just want to promote about the annual conference 2024. Maybe many of you might not know, especially the new members, might not know what is annual conference in District 51 Toastmasters. It's like a 3-day 2-night conference, which includes of the cocktail welcoming and the welcoming dinner, lots of the educational session, the forums, and gala nights, and more the awards ceremony, and also the international speech and evaluation contest, which is the District 51 level. You may witness the very strong people who bids in their division, different division, from the Division W, Division P, Division J. You may witness all of them, all of the champions in one stage in the annual conference. And for the student prize, as you know that the annual conference is held two times. One is at Penang. Last year we had 4 of our members, including myself, we go to Penang and attending the annual conference. And now it's happening at KL, which is at the Hotel Royal Signature, Bukit Bintang, Kuala Lumpur, on 26 to 28 April. And for students, they give a leeway to us. This original price is 799 ringgit. But for our if you're students and if you are from university club like us, you just need 450 ringgit for this whole 3-day 2-night annual conference. Is it very cheap?
Yes. Yeah.
So the 450, you just include all the welcome dinner, education session, and all the gala dinner. And also you may witness me and Toastmaster Ming, which is our member, for the recipient of the Triple Crown Award. So we will receive our Triple Crown Award during the gala night session. If you want to witness, accompany us to witness, and then you may register for it, and I will share the link to you all afterwards.
Great.
So yeah, that's all for my promotion. Why I promote this is because I feel like I have the responsibility to let you all know all the good things. So that's why I'm here. And don't forget, for our next meeting is on 1st April 2024, physically at UM campus. You may try, you may come and hear and then witness and see if there are any improvement.
Wow.
That's all from me. Any announcement? If no, then thank you for your joining, and I will call this meeting adjourned.
Okay, bye-bye. See you on
See you on next Monday.